Morrison. Man, Dylan Morrison killed the competition and absolutely deserves the title King of the Park.
That shit too easy, man.
Oh my god, what? I started riding scooters probably back in 2010. It's probably around 12 years old. I recently had moved house and there was a bunch of kids on my street that all rode scooters and they all went to my school. So at the time I actually had one of those Fusion 4-wheel scooters and it broke on the way to school one day and they all had their scooters and pretty much just begged mum for Christmas to get me a Razor Pro. And yeah, she got me a Razor Pro for Christmas, and then we'd ride the scooter to school and then go straight to the skate park after school, and then yeah, pretty much just started from there. So I grew up in a town called Cheltenham at the time. So my local skate park was Cheltenham Skate Park, and I pretty much grew up riding there because it was the closest to my house. So yeah, I probably rode there for the first couple of years, and then when mum started letting me get in the train places, I started going to Ramp Fest and stuff, all the places with the resis and the foam pits, and that's where I really started to progress as a rider. There was a pretty big pro scene down where I lived at the time. There was the whole OG Mad Gear team. So like, I didn't ride with them much, but those are the guys who I looked up to. So it was like Luke Pickett, Jackson Andrew Arthur, Max Peters, like Mick Nungput, a couple of those boys, Brenton Taylor. And then around like 11, 12, I started kicking it more with them. They started letting me come with them on the train and stuff to Ramp Fest. I remember the first time I ever went to the Ramp Fest with Max Peters, I was like shitting bricks. I was so scared. And like, I remember the whole train ride there, I didn't say a single word to him. Now he's one of my best mates, so it's pretty funny.
Well, I actually had a memory come up the other day. It was 11 years ago. It was when Dylan and I first properly started riding. It was together at the old bunker, which is like the local spot. But we're both doing cash rolls in the resi. But it's just been so long since I've been hanging out and riding with Dylan. So, geez. There's still a really old photo on my Facebook that Nick Air Films took, actually. And I think it was the first photo Dylan and I ever got. And that was probably, yeah, a good 10, 11 years ago. Dylan was a little baby. I'm pretty sure he had braces in the photo. Like, old photo. But it's been pretty cool to watch him become the person he has become today. Basically, as soon as he got on Apex, it was just next level. Like, just things just really, really progressed. The combos came in, the comp runs came in. It all started happening from there, and it took off, blew up, and now look at him.
So pretty much how Apex worked was I had never really ridden in like a competition. Well, I had, but not big competitions. But I had gone up to Queensland for the Australian titles, and I was practicing at GC Compound, and I was just sweating it out, trying my hardest. And the owner of Apex was there, and she was watching me ride, and she like called me over after the session, and she's like, "Oh, hey, like, my name's Natasha, I own Apex Scooters. We were wondering if you'd want to ride for us." And I was on the spot, I was like, "Yeah, are you kidding me? I'd love to ride for you." So ended up getting picked up by Apex, and then qualified for Worlds pretty much that week, and then they flew me out to Worlds, and then I ended up getting second place at the first World Championships I went to, and I won Best Trick. So from there, my career with Apex just like kick-started, and yeah, the rest is history.
Yeah, so Rush Skate Park, and he did the flare quad bar. That was just to see him from this little grum at Cheltenham Skate Park to all of a sudden on the big stage.
When I was doing that trick, I was actually doing a flare triple bar. I had done a couple flare triple bars, and I was just like doing it just to have it under my belt. I had already done like 10 other tricks in that comp that I was very happy with, and Jesse Bays was standing at the top of the ramp, and he's like, "You could do 4." And I was like, "You think?" I was like, "That's flare quad bar." Like, I was only just starting to do like quad bar airs at that point. So I was like, "You think I could do flare quad bar?" And he's like, "Dude, you have so much time." And I was like, I'm gonna just try then. And there's like 15 minutes left in this jam or something, and I'm just going like as quick as I can at this quarter, and I'm just pulling for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I remember I threw it and I landed and just slid down. I look up at Jesse, and Jesse's like, And I was like, I can do this. And I run back up the ramp and I'm wiping my hands. I'm like, dude, I can do this. I can fully land this. Like, I'm just so G'd up. And then I remember like Clayton Lindley does like a buttercup drop into the bank on the other side. And like, he lands it so crazy, it's a massive bank. But I'm like tunnel vision at this point. I'm like, I need to do this trick. There's only 10 minutes left in this jam. Clayton Lindley's like in the middle of the park celebrating. Everyone's running on the park and hugging him. Get the fuck off the skate park. There's 10 minutes left. I still gotta do my trick. He's looking up at me like, you serious? I'm like, get the fuck out of the way. I'm like so mad. And I'm like, move, move, move. I get all these people out of the way and I'm like drying my hands. I'm like, all right, here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Slid out again and I'm like, couple minutes left in this jam, and like this gets to the point where they're like going through the riders. So I was like, Dylan, you go, someone else go, someone else go, and we were taking turns. And he's like, Dylan, he's gonna drop in and do the world's first flare quad bar spin. I'm like, this one's fucking it. And I go up and I air that quarter and I come over and I just pulled for it and I'm like, this is it. I knew it. And I just went 1, 2, 3, 4. Felt it, felt my butt. Like I literally, if you see the clip, I like just get my hand on and I roll away and my bars go like that. And like, one minute I'm in the air and the next minute I'm rolling away with both my feet on towards like the cereal bowl section. And I'm just like, yeah, and I put my hand up and I just threw my scooter and then everyone runs to me and I'm getting hoisted up and celebrated and everything. And then they like announced the winners and I won and I was just like, this is a movie. And then the next year, I was like coming in with a big bag of tricks. Like I had a lot of tricks I wanted to do.
The bar twist, the bar spins and the leg sweep. These are all just numbers. He's doing a tie tap leg wrap. Oh! Just Dylan's back.
And then this is what won it. I ended up doing a flip triple whip bar. So I landed that relatively easy, I think, like within a couple tries. But I ended up doing like a flare bar fakie over the spine on like the last attempt too, so that was cool.
Yes! I love that drift!
There's been other tricks that I've done like in competition settings where like for example, one of the worlds where I busted out the 3-bar leg wrap buttercup. Cause like no one's ever done that trick, and then I was the only one who'd done it at that point, and I'd put it in an edit, and I was like, I'm gonna just do it in my run. Like I don't even care if I crash, and I did it, and I like threw the leg sweep, and as soon as I like had my hands on the bars and I'm like in the middle of the buttercup, I'm like, I'm landing this, and I like caught it and just landed, and it was at the worlds with like all the people there, and it was just like, rah. And this was the first trick in my run, and for the rest of my run, I'm just laughing. I'm like, I cannot believe I just did that. I'm 360 triple bar in the box backwards. I'm like, what is happening? Like everything is just working for me today. And like the guy on the mic, like the Spanish guy's like, Dylan Morrison, 1, 2, 3, and I'm pissing myself. I'm laughing so hard, and I end up holding the whole run together. I think that was like one of the best world runs I've ever done.
Right, here he goes, dropping in Dylan Morrison straight into the box jump this time. 360 leg wrap buttercup for his first trick of a comp run. You are joking, that was one of his web edit tricks. 360 triple bar spin across the box backwards. He is crushing it right now. A flail sticks it. 40 seconds left on the clock with the fry flip tail whip. Dylan Morrison absolutely murdering his run right now.
Oh,
he missed. Hand plant. Not sure if his hand made contact, but it was close to it.
Missed
and
the
it looked
hand
damn
plant,
good.
pretty sure, but it looked great.
There's that same 270 hand plant. 20 seconds. Could this be Dylan Morrison's year at glory? A flare tail whip. He's still not dropped the foot yet. This could be a flawless run with 15 seconds remaining on the clock, as he's going to wind up, take a look, and he's headed over to the box section. He's daring to hit that box backwards. Inward tail whip. Just about going manual down the step. And a flare bar spin, absolutely huge. Dylan Morrison just murdered his comp run.
What a way to finish it by Dylan Morrison.
He is going to be so hyped with that run. There was a lot of amplitude on that. His teammates are giving him mad props. An insane run from Dylan Morrison. Absolutely insane.
I really wish I had won that Worlds. That would have just been the cherry on top, but you can't win them all, so. Pro Series was a really big deal to me because this was around the time when like I was getting second at Worlds and stuff, and like people were always like, oh, you're second, you're always coming second and all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna win one of these big comps one of these days. And this was just the perfect one to win because it was like 3 competitions and the best rider overall won. Like I feel like that cemented my spot in competition riding at that stage. Like, cause I beat all the greats that had previously beaten me, you know, in competitions. And like that was like the happiest park comp moment of my life. And then to win King of Park at Corby, that was also a huge moment of my career, because that was recent. That wasn't like back in like 2016. That was like 2019, I think.
He puts 110% effort in no matter what he's doing, whether it's, we'll have a chill warm-up game of Scoot in the morning and it's full force, or if it's competition runs, getting things ready, he gives it 100% all the time.
But I would rather like give something 110% of effort and show everyone what I can do rather than like be too cool to do it, you know? Like that's always been what I've been like. So when it came into scootering, like I think that's why I got so good, was because like I always just tried to be better than the next person. Like even if it was Luke Pickett or Max or any of the pros, I was always just like, I could probably do that. Maybe I could do that if I did it, or, you know, like I'm always trying to be better. And then at some point, like I think it's when I like kind of hit puberty and I like started to actually get strong. I was like, man, I really can do all these things I've been thinking about. And like, and then once I do it, I'm like, all right, like I'm here, but I want to be like up here, you know, like I'm not done yet. Like that was hard, but it can get harder, you know. Dude, 9 flail was hands down the worst. Like that was the scariest like week of my life. Man, like the first spot I tried doing it, I tried jumping the spine and then pushing and doing it, and I did like 5 or 6 there, and I was just under rotating and like landing like with my face like on the ramp, like sliding down like this. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go to the bowl, because in the bowl you can just like carve around and just like have a straight shot at it. And like the first 2, relatively chill, and then the third one I just hit my head so hard, and then the next one I hit my head in the exact same spot and just blacked out. I don't even remember what happened.
You alright? Wait. Wait, go get someone. You alright? You alright?
Oh, my head. I think I got knocked out.
Yeah, you did.
Alright, let's do it again.
Do you want to see it?
See what?
Nah.
I just remember like being like in the bowl and being like, what am I doing? And Miles, who was filming, he's like, you're doing a 9 flare. And I'm like, true. And like it all came back. I'm like, all right here, this one's it. I'm gonna go land this right here. Got back up, dropped in, landed it, rolled away, and was like, ah, can't believe I just did that.
He doesn't give up, really. There's rarely often you'll see him give up and, you know, no, I'll try it again another day. He tries to keep going until he's broke, really. So it's pretty awesome to see.
My number 1 inspiration growing up as a kid was Travis Pastrana. Like without Travis Pastrana, I would not be like this, what I am today. I was like the biggest Travis Pastrana fanboy. Like I had like the full Travis Pastrana fit that I'd wear to school. I had the lunchbox, I had the drink bottle, I had everything. Like I was obsessed. And I got hit up to ride Nitro Circus for the first time by Willie. He said, oh, we're in Melbourne, come down. And I was like, really? He said, yeah, come. And I was like, all right. I was keen, so I went and I got to meet Travis and everyone, and yeah, like it was just crazy. Like it was the first moment I reckon in my whole life where I was like starstruck. Like I was just like, I couldn't believe I was standing in front of him. And I think that pushed me a little bit harder to just like do the craziest tricks I'd done, because I wanted to prove myself. But the next time I went, Travis was like, oh, what's up, Dylan? And I was like, no way, this guy knows me by a first name basis, but it was crazy. Anytime that I go to a skate park specifically to do one thing, there's always added stress to it. And I was like, damn, I gotta do a triple flip today. Like I've never done this before, and I'm like very nervous. And the day before, me and Barzy were at Ramp Fest doing triple flips into a small foam pit. And we're like, yeah, we could do it. And we know we could do it, but it's always just scary sending it. And you're standing at the top of this mega ramp and it's windy, you got headwind. And it's like, I've already face planted once today. And they're like, all right, practice is over in 40 minutes. It's like, I probably should do the triple flip now. Oh my God, what are you doing?
I don't feel pain. I don't feel it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so Dylan just got wrecked. He just landed straight on his head. But I have faith in him. He will redeem himself.
I'm just standing up there, and the first one I did, I was like 1-2, and I'm like, that's not it. And I bailed, and I had so much air time, and I just bailed, and I was still flipping, and I just turned and just boom, hit my face. And I hit my eye, and I was like, ah. And I like slide down to the bottom of the ramp, and I thought I split my eyebrow because like I couldn't really see out of my eye. And you can see it in the clip. I'm like, is my eye split? And Willie's like, no, it's good. And I'm like, oh, okay, fuck, I'm good then. So I'm like holding my eye like this, like I'm pushing my eyebrow up, and I'm walking up the stairs of the mega ramp. And then I'm holding my eye like this until I drop in, and I let go of my eye, hold on, and then I do the triple flip, and as I crash and I get down to the bottom and finish the attempt, my eye is back like this, and it's like swollen shut. Like my eyebrow was just like completely covering my eye. So I'd hold it up again, walk up to the top of the ramp, let go, triple flip, and I landed on the 6th attempt, I think. And you can see I land it and I roll away and I just save it and I hit the bag. Willie's like, runs over and my eye is just like this, and my whole face is beat up. I got resi burn on this whole side of my face from another face plant I had. I had my eye swollen shut, and then I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm not doing anything else today.
Oh! No fucking way! Yeah, dude. You are the 2nd best in the world to do that shit, dude. I've never been so happy in my life. Oh, look at you beat up. Look at that! That took so much. Oh my God, I'm shaking. Dude, how the fuck did I do that?
Yeah!
Yes, go! Bring it in. Dylan Morrison. That's my Nitro World Games qualifier. Yeah, there you go. Oh yes, that was so awesome.
Feels like my eyes like about to close up.
It's not. You owned yourself so many times.
The adrenaline's pumping, but the chiropractic visit tomorrow is going to be prime, I'll tell you.
Oh, it was worth it, wasn't it?
It was so worth it. You can't pay a certain amount of money to feel this type of way. No drug will ever make you feel the type of way that you feel when you land that trick that you've been thinking of for months in your head, or doing something that makes you overcome a fear. Like, that's the thing that hooks you, is that feeling. And I feel like that's with anything. Like, it's with any sport. That's why there's so many greats in sports, action sports, and anything, because people do that one thing that, you know, makes them feel some type of way that they've never felt before. They're always going to go back and try and do it again, you know. So yeah, it's definitely like the most insane feeling like you can have when you land something and you're looking at your front wheel and you're looking at the concrete past you as you roll away from something that you've been thinking of for months. Like, it's just like unexplainable. I can't even put it into words. Even if I could, I wouldn't even do it justice. It's something that I feel like everyone should try to push to feel once in their life, because like it can really change you as a person, for sure. It's not like the money or the sponsors or the Instagram followers or anything. It's how it makes me feel as a person. Like, just like being able to express myself in a way that not a lot of people can express themselves in, and people wish that they could express themselves in a certain way, but they just haven't found that way. I'm really blessed that I was able to find that way at a young age, and I was able to like perfect what I wanted to do, and it's put me in this position now where I can, you know, like go to the skate park and have this big name and do all these like crazy things with ease. Like, I never want to lose that, you know. I always want to be able to push it a little bit further, and even when that day comes where I don't want to push it that little bit further, I've got this whole bag of tricks under my sleeve that I can just like whip out, you know, and like I have fun doing it. So like, I just can't see myself like stopping, you know. Like, I could see myself cutting back, but like to just take this thing out of my life, like I'd really be lost. I wouldn't really know what to do. So yeah, so like I've traveled a lot in my scootering career. I've been so many places. Like, I'd be sitting here for minutes trying to list every place I've been, and everywhere I've gone I've made connections that have lasted a lifetime. And that's like the one thing I cherish the most about scooters, is like the people you meet and like the interactions that you get to have with people that usually you wouldn't get to interact with, because like, you know, if you're working a normal 9-to-5 job, like you're not going to Paris or, you know, Germany every year and seeing the same people you saw the year before there. yeah, like I cherish the memories that I have with all my friends that I've met overseas, and that's stuff that I'll remember till the grave. Like it's made me like the person who I am today, and like when I started traveling and stuff, it gave me such a broader look on life. Like it really like opened my eyes to see like that maybe like those issues that you're worrying about back home like really aren't that big of a deal. Like when you see like how people are living in other places of the world, like it really puts it into like a bigger picture of like, yeah, sometimes we take the stuff that we have for granted. And I had actually gone to California and I saw like a whole nother side of scootering that I hadn't really seen. So like the whole street side, and like I'm not like crazy about street, like I definitely like riding park more, but just like the way that these people were like riding just looked a lot more comfortable. And it used to be more like, okay, I need to add a bar spin to this, or I need to add a double whip or whatever, or I want to do this in a flip. Now it's like I've kind of done all those tricks that I really set out to do at like a younger age, and now it's kind of just like I want to do stuff that is like really satisfying to look at, like because I feel like that's what scootering is like missing, is like stuff that looks good. Like people can spam tricks and they can do these crazy combos, but like it doesn't look that great. And like that's all I want to do now, is just tricks that look good, you know, like with style and speed and good foot placement and stuff like that. It's the little things now that are playing in my mind a lot more than just like adding the next trick. Right now, what I'm thinking of is like I want to just do something for me that will like be there forever. So like a video part is like my biggest, like it's like number one on my list. Like I would pick having a influential scooter video over a world championship. Like that's how much it's like, if someone came to me right now and said you're gonna win worlds this year, or you're gonna release the best scooter video of the year, best scooter video of the year for sure. So that's like very, very high on my, I can't stress it enough how high that is on my to-do list. I feel like it's not really for anyone else but me, you know, like I want to be able to look back on this part of my life when I'm older, and I want to be like, this is what I was doing when I was 25 years old, you know, like not winning competitions or anything, just being my best version of myself on camera and just being able to show everyone, really, that's it. If I had listened to all the people who told me not to do this when I was younger, like where would I be now? Like I would just be living the exact same life as all of them, you know, and like I'm not, and I'm so grateful for that. But it was always because my parents told me like, do what you want to do. It's not, this is your life. Like don't live your life for someone else. Live it for you and do what you want to do. And as long as you do that, you're going to be happy. That's just like the simplest way that I can put it, really. At the start, it was just like an escape from boredom, you know, like it was just go to the skate park, have fun with your friends. And like, that's still what it is today, you know, like it's still just like go out, have fun. And like, I don't want to have like a life full of regrets where I'm like 65 years old, you know, thinking, man, I wish I did this and this and this when I was younger. Now I'm old, I don't have the chance. So really, like for me, is just have like as much fun as you can while you're young and while you can. And I think that's just what keeps pushing me, because like this is the youngest I'm ever going to be ever again in my life right now. Like tomorrow I'm going to be a day older, and the next day I'm a day older than that. So like if you can just do as much stuff as you can as quickly as you can, like you're gonna have a good life no matter what. I don't have to be like a millionaire to be happy. Like I find joy in the little things in life, and as long as I can wake up every day and feel healthy and like, you know, stay fit and, you know, like enjoy every day-to-day life, like I'll be happy. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. So that my goal in life is to just like be remembered. I think like I want to like set my name in stone, whether that be in scootering or whether it be in something else. Like I just want to be remembered for something, and I think like I've done a good job of it so far, but I still think I have like a lot left to tell of like my story. So just figuring out like that next chapter of my life, like it's still yet to come. It's on my mind, like I think about it all the time, but you just never know until you're in that situation. So yeah, I just got to get out and just, you know, just keep enjoying life and just don't take things for granted, and just keep living, baby.